What if I told you that one of the most powerful business tools I've ever used costs about $4, takes less than 5 minutes, and most people completely overlook it? And what if I told you that this simple tool helped me build stronger relationships, generate referrals, create long-term customers, and develop friendships that continue to this day? It might sound old-fashioned, but it worked, and it still works. And that's exactly what my channel here is all about. Over the years, I've learned a lot of lessons through business networking, personal development, and life itself. And my goal is simply to share some of those lessons in hopes that they might help you avoid a few mistakes, discover a few opportunities, and maybe shorten your learning curve just a little bit. So if that sounds valuable to you, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you join us. Now let me tell you what I learned. In my last video, I talked about the value of joining your local Chamber of Commerce and how becoming actively involved can just create tremendous opportunities for your business. And at the end of that video, I promised I would share a service that helped me get even more value out of my Chamber membership. A service that helped people remember who I was. A service that helped me build stronger relationships. And a service that helped create long-term customers and referrals. That service is called SendOutCards. Now, before you think this is a commercial for SendOutCards, it isn't. The real lesson here isn't about the company. I did a video about SendOutCards a long time ago. It's about doing something that most people never do, and that's following up in a personal way. And that one habit changed my business. Over the years, I've attended countless networking events, and one thing I noticed was most people were doing exactly the same thing. They're running around the room trying to meet as many people as possible, collecting business cards, shaking hands, making quick introductions, then leaving with a stack of cards they would probably never look at again or even follow up on. I took a little different approach. Instead of trying to meet 20 people, I would focus on 3 to 5. I wanted to learn about them. I wanted to learn about their business, their family, their goals, their challenges, what they were passionate about. All of these questions, many as I could find out as much as I could. And because I was generally interested, those conversations were usually much deeper than the typical networking conversation. After the event, I create a file for that person, a little card. I would make notes about what we talked about, the names of their spouse and children if I got that, their hobbies, their business, their goals, and anything that would help me remember them as a person and not just another contact. Then I'd do something almost nobody expected. I would send them a card. Sometimes I would do it before I even left the event, sometimes later that evening, but as quickly as possible. I might use a photo from their social media page if I was able to get that, a picture of their storefront if I drove by that or I was there that day, a picture from the event itself, or something meaningful to the conversation we had. I'd write a short personal note thanking them for their time and telling them how much I appreciated meeting them. And on the back of the card would be my picture and contact information so they could immediately remember who I was. The card would be printed, addressed, stamped, and mailed automatically. 3 to 5 days later, it would arrive in their mailbox. Now think about that for a moment. Most people receive bills, advertisements, junk mail, but almost nobody receives a personal card anymore in the mail. The response was incredible. Many people called me simply to thank me for sending it to them. Others mentioned it the next time we met. And when I called to follow up, it was extremely rare for someone to reject a conversation after receiving such a thoughtful gesture. Why? Because I had already separated myself from everyone else they met that week. As time went on, it became even more powerful. Every time I learned something important about someone, I had another opportunity to stay connected. Maybe it was their birthday. Maybe it was their spouse's birthday or their kids. So I would definitely make a note of those and put those in their file. Maybe it was the anniversary of their business or Thanksgiving, 4th of July, New Year's. Just simply a note letting them know I was thinking about them. Because they were already in my database, sending those cards became incredibly easy. Now here's the part that really surprised me. Years later, I would walk into some of these businesses and I would see those cards still sitting on desks. Sometimes they were pinned to a bulletin board or, just they were there. And some of them were even displayed on like customers' shelves and stuff like that. And more than once I discovered someone actually had framed the card and hung it on a wall because it had a personal picture of their life. It's a simple card. It's something that only cost a few dollars to create and mail. Today it's about $4, right? It made enough of an impression that someone kept it for years. Not because it was expensive, not because it was flashy, but because it was personal. I showed that someone took the time to think about them, and people remember that. Some of those individuals became customers, some became referral partners, some became close friends, and some I never did business with me at all, but they still remembered me. They still appreciated the gesture, and many of those relationships remain valuable to me to this day. That's why I believe the real value of SendOutCards isn't the card itself, it's the relationship it helps you build. The card's simply the vehicle. The real value is showing that people and showing them that they matter. The business benefits followed naturally. People referred me because they trusted me. People remembered me because I stayed in touch. People called me because I stayed visible without becoming pushy. And that's a powerful combination when it comes to doing business as a small business owner. So whether you're involved in a chamber of commerce, a networking group, a sales organization, or simply want to build stronger personal relationships, this principle works. People want to know they matter, and a personal card can communicate that in a way that emails, texts, social media messages often cannot. By the way, this isn't only for business. I've used it for friends, family members, birthdays, special occasions. I remember just sending one just a few weeks ago for a friend that lives in Oregon. Thank you notes and many other moments where I simply wanted to just send someone and tell them I was thinking about them. At the time of this recording, you can send a personalized card for only a few dollars, including postage. Considering the impact it can have in a relationship, that's a remarkable value. So the biggest lesson I learned is this: relationships don't grow because of one conversation. They grow because of consistent, thoughtful follow-up. And when you're a small business owner, it's really important. And so exactly what this system helped me to do, and if you're looking for a way to get more value from your chamber membership and strengthen your networking efforts, stand out from everyone else, handing out business cards, I highly recommend personal follow-up part of your routine. For me, SendOutCards became one of the most effective relationship building tools I've ever used. If you've received a card, note, or a gift that made a lasting impression, if you'd love to learn more about, if you want to know more about it or hear more about it, look at the comments. If you're the person that has used it, received a card like this, look in the comments. Let's put something in there, okay? And the wonderful thing about this whole process is that it's so easy to do. It really is. And if you're a business owner, it can be even less expensive, and things can be set up very easily where you're going to be able to send things to people on a regular basis without having to even think about it once it's set up. So anyway, I hope you have a phenomenal day. I hope you're able to come back and visit me again. And again, my name's Dan. Thank you for meeting me on my channel.